Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shed. I'm Troy Shaw, and with me, as always, is Dave Griffiths. What's up, Dave? It's a little hot today, man.
Yeah, man, it's hot. We got that break last week, but summer's back with a vengeance.
It's hot in the shed, so we are a little cooler in the shade. We're right outside the shed today, doing this session with. We got a couple of guys with us, Duka and Tex from the big city of Marlin. Well, how y'all doing?
What's up?
What's up? It's not too hot, man. We got a little breeze. Texas usually don't get no breeze like this. So, I mean, it's usually just humid. It ain't too hot.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, feels good. We've got a good breeze going.
Yeah.
So, both of you guys from Marlin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us what was it like growing up in the big city of Marlin?
Challenging. It's out here on the news. And a lot of resources for a lot. So you got to make do with what you got, man. So, I mean,
Man,
challenge.
You said big city. It's literally about a town of what 5,000-6,000?
Yeah, 6,000.
Not too much of a city, more of a town, but I had to agree. Challenging, man.
It's a good challenge, though.
Exactly.
It make you who you are. It make you a warrior, so to say, to work for everything. So that's a good challenge to me.
Yeah. So growing up in Marlin, who were your influences musically, would you say?
Oh.
I mean, there probably wasn't a whole lot of local stuff, but you were getting everything from, MTV or
definitely
whatever.
the Hot Boys. Like back then, it was Cash Money.
That's probably the first group I started listening to, the Hot Boys. But as far as motivation, I would have to say each other. You know what I'm saying? At the point when we all start taking it serious, like we ain't listening to too much outside stuff. We had our favorites, but mainly we listening to us, trying to perfect what we doing. So, we look to each other. I might tell him he my favorite rapper. I might be his favorite rapper, like genuinely. So it would have to probably be each other,
Each other. That's what I was getting to, each other.
So you guys been kind of doing it together for a while then, huh?
We haven't been rapping together for a while, but we've been rapping from the same small town for years. So you feel me? We had a mutual respect for each other.
There weren't a whole lot of strangers in
I
that
grew
town,
up under him. He like a big brother to me, So we both was doing music. We both was dope. So eventually, he was back and forth with the forces or whatever. So I was back and forth from Seattle too, because I'm younger. I was still in school and all that. But when we both got settled to where we could, make this music happen, we started working together, and that's where we at now. So
growing up, was there kind of an underground scene of different rappers in Marlin at the time?
People knew who was.
Underground scene. How far as we grew up, we just had Slugger. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him. Minister Slugger.
Yeah.
That's who we had.
I don't know him personally. I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, that's who we had, because he was doing big things, like with people, platinum artists. So that's who we had to look up to as far as, okay, we see him do that, then we can do that. But life took us somewhere else. But we back now.
Well, it took you in the Air Force.
Yeah, man. It was.
Tell us about that.
It was there. It's the military,
So what motivated you to want to be in the Air Force?
I had a son. Yeah, and when you from Marlin, you gotta work, and it's not a lot of work. And you don't have a car, you gotta make do with what you got. So that was like the best choice for me, but like the best worst choice, because I thought it was like the easiest of the services. But no, I ended up in Iraq, Afghanistan, all that just the same. So I had to come home. I didn't like that.
So you were in the Air Force for what? How many years?
8 years. I did 8 years in the Air Force. Yeah.
Tell us about something. I mean, anything that sticks out of your mind when you were over there that just like blew your mind,
or life changing, or anything
life-changing
like
experiences over there.
Well, it's different than what you see on TV. I tell you that. They don't show you everything that we see. What was that day? August 24th, 2007. I witnessed my first car bomb explode. Like
IED or it was actually a car bomb.
Man, the whole car, man.
Where was this? What city was this?
This was Balad, Iraq.
Right.
Yeah, man, it was rough. You see the whole world shake. I've never saw that. Like everything around you, moves. and then people lose life. So, you know, coming from Marlin, all you have is a fist fight.
Yeah.
To that extreme, it's like, wow, okay, now it's really survival. Any day could be your last day. That alone is enough for me. Like, any day literally over there could be your last day.
So what went through your mind when that happened?
Get home.
Did your life flash before your eyes, or did you think?
You know, the funny thing about your body, it adjusts to anything.
Yeah.
So once that happened, I'm here, I survived. You know, a lot of stuff kicks in. Like, okay, pay attention more. You know, that's the biggest thing. Like, we can walk around here and what you guys have to worry about, getting hit by a car. But over there,
or lawnmower,
lawnmower rock, you know. But over there, man, anything, your next step could be your last life. You never know, man. That alone is terrible, and I wish they bring us home, man. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah,
and my cousin did 3 tours in Iraq.
I did.
He was the guy that came with me on that when we just shot that music video.
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the one that went over there. Been over 3 times.
Yeah, man.
I think he just retired. Military.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be a life-changing experience to
especially
be in the
coming
military.
from here. Man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. I resented my daddy for.
I think it's hot here. It's hot over there too. Hotter.
110 at night.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep.
So how did you occupy your time when you weren't out doing what you were doing? Did you do music? Did you rap?
That's all I wrote a lot.
Wrote a lot of lyrics?
Like, man, journals. Like everything you hear now is like, let's see, I wrote that song that we talked about in 2008. Yeah.
Which song are you talking about?
The person in the suit.
Okay. The person in the suit?
Yeah.
You can say it. I don't know if I can, but
it's, the song is called Nigga in the Suit. And I wrote that because in the uniform, you were sort of somebody. And then you come home, it's back to reality. So I got to thinking like, damn, it don't matter for me what I got on. They gonna view me the same. So that's what motivated that song. And now, like, all the stuff that's happening now, it's the perfect song.
Yeah,
for the perfect
it's
times,
really,
man.
yeah. You would think you wrote that song yesterday.
Yeah, man, that was years ago.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that song later.
Yeah.
Timeless music.
That was years ago, man.
So what year did you join Air Force?
2006.
Okay.
And you get out in 2014?
Yes, sir. No, October 2006 to November 2014.
So so let me ask you about you're talking about writing songs and stuff, or you're writing lyrics. What is your songwriting process? Do you just write? Is it poetry, and then you try to find the music that's going to fit what you wrote, or do you hear a rhythm or a beat, and then you say, I'm going to try to put something to it?
It's just me. So everything you hear is me. So it's like easy. It's easy. So as soon as I hear a beat.
So you hear the beat first. So that's what I'm getting at.
The right
you hear
beat
the beat
to make
first?
you feel a certain type of way.
Okay, I got
you know, so whatever I feel, I'm a person that writes what I feel.
But when you were in Iraq writing this song you're talking about, you didn't have a beat, did you? I mean, it
was in my head.
It was in your head.
Yeah, man. It's like over there you had like a lot of scary moments. So I got songs about being scared. I got a song called Soldier Salute. You know, I'll send it to you later. We're working on the music for that right now, but yeah, it's for my folks who got their lives on the line, and other country wives on the phone crying.
Yeah,
you know, that's what I went through. You miss your baby first step, first smile. Some miss the birth of their very first child.
Yeah,
you know, dodging bombs, dodging bullets, trying to beat the heat. It's getting older by the second, like new concrete. So it's just, you know, it's stuff like that, man. It's timeless, man. So I would lock myself in my tent and just write. You know, I don't do it.
Yeah.
So that's just.
I guess that's a good way to pass the time.
And you had guys
to
over there doing all
deal
kinds
with
of
what
things,
you're going
man.
through. Right.
I heard some of my best guitar playing over there. You know, in that setting, I was like, wow. We'll pass by the chapel tent, and this guy's in there just strumming, man.
Really?
Yeah, you got to find any release over there, man. Like, and back then it wasn't internet. You know, you didn't have internet over there. All you had was a phone call.
Yeah.
You know, so
satellite phone? Was it satellite phone?
It was a regular phone. I don't know how they do it. I never know how the government pulled that off. But man, it was, you only had 10 minutes, so it felt like real jail. You get off, 10 minutes because you had so many people trying to use the phone.
Yeah.
So calling cards, all of that stuff, man. It's just, I wish they bring us home. We got a battle to fight here, so
That's right.
lead them people to that.
Well, Tex, tell us a little about your background. I mean, what you went to college on a music scholarship and a football scholarship. What kind of motivated you to keep going in the direction of music?
Well, football was really my first love. You know what I'm saying? And music's been in my family since I was a kid. Like since I can remember. My great grandpa was a famous guitarist or something like that. Blind Willie Johnson, but from my dad to my mom, like I say, music's always been in there. But I wanted to do football, which I was very successful at from a young age up until college. I just, like he say, his body couldn't do it no more over there or whatever. I kept getting injured, you know what I'm saying, and eventually I wanted to transfer from the school I was at, and they didn't want me to leave, so they wouldn't release me. And at that point, music was taking off without me even putting a lot of effort into it. I was just giving people raw talent, basically letting them know I could rap. So I just started taking it even more serious, and it was I'm gonna say, forget school for now. I'm gonna chill on that and take it serious, and see where it can take me, for real. So,
So you guys are working. Are you guys working together now to do something a little
If you
more
heard
serious?
my album, you probably would think so, because he's with me now, because I don't talk a lot, So he's the perfect.
Who's the MC in the band? Yes, if you guys call it a band.
We both are.
Both do?
Yeah, it's not a band. It's
yeah, we not really
Collaboration,
necessarily
though,
a
right?
band.
Yeah.
He got his brand SOI, which is Speak On It. I got my brand CBC, which is Can't Be Cloned. It's we just work together because I say we really almost
guys-
it's
brothers.
like you
know
and
what I'm
Dave.
saying?
Y'all bounce stuff,
Sure.
Yeah.
ideas off each other. Well, he not gonna use that, so I use that in my song.
You guys both come up with the beats, and you guys both do the sampling and lay down the
different
tracks. Or
producers and stuff.
Sometimes we can go and say, okay, this is what I hear in my head. Can you bring it out?
okay, cool.
And that's the best kind of music.
Right.
He don't like to take credit for it, but he been working on beats and he been going to school for audio engineering. He actually been getting pretty good at making beats. There's a few that I would actually rap to. It started off, not as good, but I told him keep working on it and to get better. And he's
And that's
getting
what
real
you
good
need.
at that too. But that's a whole different subject.
That's what you
We
need.
usually get different producers from either the area in Dallas or different dudes we know from other states. From throughout our life. Whatever experience it may have been, which I believe is probably God, because we just meet all the right people basically that we need to meet, and they become long time friends, and they just so happen to be in the same field. So
The coolest thing now is we used to beg for beats. Now
Yeah.
they just send them to us. So it's
That's the way
we gotta
be careful how you
chill,
treat
man.
the janitor. He might own the bill.
Open up a can of beats.
Yeah, man. Now it's
So who are some of the producers that you in Texas, or maybe even in Dallas, or
the biggest influence on my album right now is Dangerous MCs. It's called K Gray.
nice, great man.
Dude is nice.
where are they from?
He's from Dallas. He's actually assistant director of a band at a high school.
Okay.
That's weird.
Hey, he's got a paying gig.
Oh man,
so
he's man.
helps a lot.
He's the big influence on Awake the Critics. He got 6 tracks that he did for me.
Bring the sound alive.
Yeah. And you can sit there and tell him. He bring every sound. Man, I hear a trumpet. I hear a trombone. I hear a violin.
Play it
Bring
right
out.
there in front of you.
Oh, so he's multi-instrumentalist.
Oh man, it's
That's awesome.
he reads music, so he
Yeah,
know key, what B key, whatever it is, man.
So he can pick what key you're singing in,
Yeah.
and then he modulate it if he needs to,
Yeah, he lets
or he
you
can
know.
just play it.
He's a
Exactly.
real deal. He's a real deal. Yeah. And he's a big influence of Awake the Critics.
I got Rob Reeves. He's out of Seattle. You know what I'm saying? He's a big influence on my latest project that I got out, which he loves. It's Big Dreams. But we, like you say, it's just a lot of different people begging to send us beats now and emailing us beats, so it's kind of just pick through them and sort which ones is
It's a
something
good
that we
problem
most
to have
likely
right
with.
now, huh?
That's
Yeah.
a great problem.
Exactly.
You can actually say, nah, bro, I'm not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, like,
With it, in a tactful way, so you don't crush anybody's hopes
Because
and
they
dreams,
understand, it's certain beats that he can mess with, but then again, people are different. Everybody.
and that's
different.
why another reason why I keep him with me. He's not a yes man. If
Yes.
it's some shit I do suck, bro, that shit suck. It ain't no nice way to put it. You know, like,
That's what you
and when
need,
you
man.
got it, like, motherfucker, you younger than me. You should be like, sir, that don't work. But when they come down to it, that like, he's my right hand man. He's like, we're not
Balance
even.
each other out,
You
man.
need somebody you can trust that's not just gonna, blow sunshine up your skirt. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, he's a big reason why the critics sound the way it do.
So you guys are working on separate projects, but you're working on a project together, which is y'all's
He's
project.
he's on
I'm
a lot
working
of
on Malcolm
collabs.
Texs. I'm just on well, you was basically about to say it.
He
I'm
just on a
like,
lot of songs.
like 3 or 4 of them probably.
Yeah, 3 out of 14. That's a lot.
Yeah, for an album especially.
So I take it you're not singing harmony. You're probably like trading off lines, or you're
just
singing
verses.
doubling.
He do a
Doubling?
verse, I do a verse.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
do it like that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Verse, chorus,
he would
verse.
not make the album trying to sing. Trust me.
chorus.
Yeah, but
Is there any singing on your album, or is it all?
it's a lot. It's a lot. I love the combination of singing and rap.
I do too.
It's not like all aggressive, It
Yeah.
it draws every. You asked me what was the direction of my album earlier. It's to draw the women back. We've lost our black women, like, tremendously. Like, I'm gonna say the government has replaced the black male. Housing assistance, child support, food stamps. So it's no need for a woman to depend on, like back in the day in the 50s and 60s, grandma actually depended on grandpa. That's no longer. We can say, I'm gone. She won't even say, why.
Yeah.
Because if you don't pay for what you did, the government will make you.
Yeah.
Child support. Mine was $1,100 a month. Whew. Like, shit. And I did everything financially, but that's just that's what Awake the Critics is about. Like, everything that people we don't see. Like, the biggest part of, no offense to you guys, but I always tell people it's a big difference between the slave owner and the slave overseer. Those are two totally different people. He's like, there's the elite and then there's the rest of us. What people fail to realize is if you're not elite, then you're the same. Like, this is a big shock to me. Like, actually sitting here with two people, 3 people of a different race. But we go to a game, or you go to the Trump rally. We'll get fought or whatever. Somebody, please pray to God nobody hits us.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the 99% I'm talking about. He start the riot, he start the chaos, and then he goes back to his yacht. He goes back to his, wherever he go, and say the person that he hit gets killed that night. He won't even bat an eye. Now, does that look like, that's what Awake the Critic is about. Like, everybody needs to see this. Like, it's either all of us or none. It's not black or white no more. It's 1% versus 99%. The rich versus,
so true.
the haves versus the have-nots.
Exactly right.
And when we see that, the world will change. But that's not what they want us to see.
Yep.
Because
So many
it will for
different ways.
everybody. It's so much money in the world. Everybody could be rich. Why aren't we all rich?
Well, because of policies that started in the 80s have basically grown the 1%, shrunk the middle class, and then
Shit on the poor.
and shit on the
Oh,
poor.
Middle
man.
class been chasing the upper class,
The
which
lower
just
class
makes
been
them
chasing
just
the
as
middle
poor.
class.
But the
Which
middle
makes
class
them
has been
just as poor as
shrinking
the lower class.
since 1980.
Yeah, and it's,
So what
it's
you got
pathetic,
is,
man.
and the 1%, the super rich, has grown exponentially, and there's so many studies that show that. And what people like Donald Trump do is he sows these seeds of discontent, and he attracts people that should not be happy with the situation.
Exactly right. That's exactly
But
right.
he speaks certain words that appeal to certain segments of society
that people think don't even exist no more, but it surely does, and it showed the world people that haven't been awake for these past few years because we had a somewhat black president, which he wouldn't even tell you he's black if you asked him. You know what I'm saying? But people been asleep for the matter of there's a black president in office, but now that they know that there's still people out there that feel the same way that Trump feels, basically. That's what I'm trying to get across.
And you're always going to have that. It's just a matter of, do you elevate this guy? And all you can do is vote. And I mean, and I can't emphasize it enough to people, if you don't vote, you can't bitch. And that's what I've always said. So
Catch 22.
Yeah.
Because if you vote and then you vote for the wrong person, you still can't complain. Because you voted for the wrong guy.
And I did.
You know, so it's like catch 22.
But this time it's going to be pretty simple. You know what you might have to vote for someone you don't like, but you got to vote maybe against something. And
that's what I was gonna say. Is there a right or wrong person though? You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, or is everybody carrying out the same agenda at the end of the day?
Yeah, and there's a good argument for that, but it's pretty cut and dry this time around. I mean, if you want to use voter apathy and say, you know, I just don't like either one of them, well, that's your choice. You have a right to that, and you might end up with getting someone in there who's going to skew the Supreme Court or something that's going to stick around for a generation.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the issues that you really should think about outside of just, I don't like her or I don't like him.
And that's what
I like Gary Johnson. Vote for Gary.
Yeah.
If that's how you feel, just vote.
That's what Awake the Critics about. This conversation we just had.
Yeah.
It's like,
your new album is called Awake the Critics.
Yes,
Spell it out for us because I like the way it's spelled. He sent it to me earlier.
AWAKKKE. Awake the THE Critics with 3 X's at the end.
Yeah.
KKK 3 strikes.
I like that. Yeah.
It's not no disrespect.
It's like, a little double entendre going on there. That's cool.
Like from the whole thing, like, and that's all I'm talking about. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate nobody. Like when I found out Dave was Caucasian, it didn't stop me from coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's in which some people would I don't think I'm gonna go do that. You know, but I serve with guys like Dave that I would trust with my back, and those guys trusted me with theirs too. So man, it was a beautiful, like, Trump, make America great again. I love that slogan because if he wins, that's exactly what's gonna happen. All of us is gonna rise up.
Yeah.
And when we was all together, when America was great, we was standing together. Martin Luther King was marching. Malcolm X was fighting. We don't do that no more.
Because we knew what we had to fight against.
We knew. Now it's like it's back and it's hidden. We don't know who the enemy is.
Yeah.
Like I look at Dave, I would have never known he'd have sat down here and talk to me. You know, that's just how ugly it's done got.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now you can see like they're actually coming out now. And now we can see. So that's the great part about his slogan.
Yeah.
Like,
Donald Trump has drawn out the ugliness.
Well, they pulled back the curtain.
Come on now. Now we can see.
Yeah.
So,
it's good. Well, you know what we ought to do is let's get a song in the can.
I think so. It's a good
Let's
idea.
do it.
We can move over to the shed. We've been sitting in the shade for a while. Let's move to the shed. It's probably cooler over there. So
we'll plug in some tunes and we'll see what these boys can do.
All right, sounds good.
This song is actually the intro on Awake the Critics, my album coming out. It's called Awake the Critics. So you'll hear why it's called that. So the inspiration was a lot of stuff going on in the world that people need to wake up to. So it's time to wake the critics.
Featuring me, of course.
Critics is everybody and everywhere. So featuring my little brother. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Let's get it, bro.
All right, let's let it rip.
Hey.
All right, well, here we go. Awake the critics.
Niggas been sleep. Wake 'em up.
Man, who knows what we could be? If we could be, well, high self one time, no makeup or no IG, no status update, no Facebook gangster with internet beef. Big, no gun, no hand, just speech and respect for each others. Breath for life and human rights. What's the human life?
I don't know.
I guess the price of life is the cost of life, is the price of life. Right, Mr. Police, please don't shoot. My hands are free. I got a girl to eat, I got kids to feed, I got vows to keep. You wanna shoot a star? Well, bust your guns in the air one time, bust them in the air 2 times. Empty out your whole damn clip, that's fine. Shit, that's fine. I'm just trying to be young and black, full of life and rich. Yeah. I just murdered this beat, and the glove do fit. OJ. You sitting sick and tired of being sick and tired. A lot of questions with no answer. Yeah, we bout to ride. Let you know what we could be if we could be at least for each other. Once upon a time, united for this grind. Wake 'em up and take what's yours and do not leave a tip off the rip. We gon' empty clips before we take that trip. Wake 'em up, awake the critics. Hey, and Mr. Pastor, this church is not your business. You get it?
Listen, if you fake, ain't no need to speak. I've been up late working week to week. When we get it, we split it equally. So if you don't work, you don't eat with me, nigga. Ain't about to get nothing free from me. If you bring out the beast in the temple, I might release an attempt to kill you first. That's attempted murder. I'm real in person. Woo! I can show you how to go from 6 man to the starting lineup. My niggas in the front better get behind us. Middle finger to the higher ups trying to blind us. Your time's up, you better get down and lay down. Features they asking to pay now. Don't got the patience to play around, cause I swear I can blow up any day now. Boom! If you not cool, they want you in the force so you can honor them, but they use us. In high school, we was good in sports and got scholarships, so it was hard to recruit us. But these crooked cops are starting to shoot us. That's why I walk with a shooter, and he gon' shoot for me. If it do ever come down to you and me, shit, usually I don't do this. How could you be so stupid, so foolish? Cause you can't see the world for what it is. Found out that your girl with another man, or you picked up the phone and another's dead. They say the world's coming to an end with a new beginning.
A new beginning?
Watch who you been with
And who you friends with.
Watch the folks that you think are kin. Watch the hoes that be creeping in. Watch the closest niggas in your circle, they can loop around and kill you in the end. I done seen it happen to my friends. I done seen the pastor take offense when a real nigga asks real shit. Me and Duka Young gonna wake the critics.
Yeah, gonna wake them up now.
Hey, hold up. Swag.
You don't wanna see me dummy. I can really get dummy. Boy, you talking to a dummy. No understanding from this dummy. If the shoe fit, then quit running from it. The pastor Bentley don't feel tummy. The deacon boy don't feed the hungry. And it seems the church is making all this money, and I'm a preacher's kid, so what? But boy, I was bad as fuck. With a temper hot as a devil's pussy. My future was shit out of luck. From chasing a buck, or bucks, or teaching a freak how to fuck, or teaching a geek how to suck for nothing, cause I was too young to nut and way too long.
Way too long.
These babies are born too grown. These kids are parents, these parents are kids. Teenagers are running their home. Bad bitches, you're ruining the world. You're ruining these poor little girls. Instead of opening books, they're opening legs and fucking for bundles and pearls. These babies having babies, and we teaching babies to raise babies. And you think it's cute for the teenage lady that's 16 and pregnant with a couple of babies? Can't find her baby daddy, and you know.
You don't know who your daddy is, and she don't know who her daddy is. Look how fucked up this habit is. Mr. Preacher, please handle this.
Awake the critics. That's it, man. You know, it's
Awesome. Perfect.
That was some pretty hot shit in the shed.
I appreciate it.
Literally and figuratively. So we retired back over here to the veranda. So we're not sweating bullets. But anyways, guys, that was a great song.
Appreciate it, man.
Guys, you got working on that album, right?
Yes, sir. Awake the critics. I'm probably gonna push the date back. It was supposed to be out on December 16th. That's my oldest son's birthday. The guy that was in the video.
Yeah.
First album, first baby. So I was gonna tie it in like that.
It's nice.
But as far as business wise, I was told that's not a good release before Christmas, so we're gonna release it back when income tax come out.
What you can do, you can release a track on your son's birthday.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of promotion, singles, videos, all that.
Niggas in suits.
But I think the song "Niggas in Suits" is the biggest one, especially if it's like another cop killing, Lord forbid that. But if it happens,
it's gonna happen.
It's already ready to go, man. So yeah.
So where are you guys gonna master it?
Oh, we do it out in MediaTek. It's a audio engineering school out there in Dallas where they do all the mastering. Well, it's a guy, Michael Curtis. He's like the chief mastering guy. So, and he loves nigga in the suit, and he's like whitest of the white. Yeah, so it's like he's probably gonna vote for Trump. He replied back, man, I love the song. I was taken back. I was like, wow, okay, then this. But I think it's the controversy in it though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very timely for sure.
The video gonna be crazy.
And I think you kind of hit it on it earlier, but where did you draw the inspiration for that song? Is it, especially a lot of it's news these days, but personal experience with that kind of stuff for yourself? I mean,
personal experience. I think we had like a Facebook conversation one day where it was most of the guys were saying you should act a certain way or you should be like this in front of Caucasians or whatever. And half of it was true. But the meaning of the song is no matter, how I act, how I dress, whether I'm in gym shorts or a 3-piece tuxedo, to those people standing behind Trump, I'm still a nigga. I'm just one with a suit on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the basis of it is just be you, man. You don't have to adjust. Obviously you can't go to a corporate company with basketball shorts on looking to get hired. Just like you'd be retarded for going to McDonald's with a tuxedo on. So it's trying to get hired. People just have to be themselves, man. And I'ma be me. No matter who I'm in front of, I can talk to a gangbanger or the mayor. It's about dialogue until I talk to you.
And it's about acceptance and respect too.
Until I sit down with you.
Yeah.
Everybody's racist. Everybody's prejudiced. Until I sit down with you, I'ma assume you don't like me. Just because you're white, I'm black. That's just how we've been bred to think. That's how Donald Trump was created. Until we sit down and actually talk.
We like you, man.
Man, I appreciate that. I hope you like me when I leave.
We always give the benefit of the doubt to our guests, and I have no reason to prejudge anybody unless they give me a reason to after I meet them. So,
but what I mean by that is if I was walking down this street in this neighborhood and I saw a cop car, you know what I'm thinking, and it shouldn't be that way. I'm in one of the nicest neighborhoods. And I'm the blackest of the black. Especially if I'm walking with him, he got a bandana on his head.
That's I was just about to pitch I was about to say, speaking on that, this is the most controversial thing ever. We'll walk in a restaurant or something, we get all the eyes. I'm like, you can't look at me. Well, like he say, basically, you gonna judge somebody before you know what I'm saying, get to know them. Everybody do it. It's just part of your subconscious. So, when you see them, it's what is it? Assuming. Everybody assumes, and everybody make assumptions off of what they mind.
Yeah, I was always told, be careful how you treat the janitor. He might own the building. Just because he mopping the floor don't mean he's just a janitor.
That's your perception.
And if everybody thought like that, man, the world would be, oh my God, man. But if I see 10 dudes, right now, even me. If I'm walking down the street and I see 10 black dudes, gold grills, pants sagging, I'm putting my hand on my pistol. If I got to walk that way, it's cocked and loaded. That's just how we've been bred to think.
Propaganda.
So I understand why we're looked at a certain way. But when it comes to that look, not giving others a chance to even get to know you, that's the problem I have. Because I done seen some geniuses with their pants sagging. I done seen some idiots in suits. That's what niggas in the suit. That's how it all come about. It don't matter what I got on.
Yeah, I've seen bankers rip us all off.
That's the thing. The politicians and all these people y'all look up to, they the ones doing the most dirt. Yeah. People getting killed by the people that y'all trust the most. You trust the government with your life and your security and all that shit. They doing the most killing.
Exactly
they
right.
the dirtiest mother.
Yep.
Can we cuss?
Oh yeah, you can say motherfucker if you want. Or I'll say it for you. They're the dirtiest motherfuckers.
You afraid of me because I got on a bandana shit. Man.
Well, there's a place that Troy and I come from that we can't really appreciate what you guys, especially growing up in Marlin, and we're smart enough to realize that, and
a lot of people aren't.
A lot of people aren't, or a lot of people want to talk about what lives matter and stuff like that. Yeah. But
hold on, Dave. Let me stop you.
Go ahead.
It's like Black Lives Matter, right?
Sure.
Then they'll say All Lives Matter, right?
Right.
To you, what is that saying? If I say, hey Dave, Black Lives Matter, and then you say All Lives Matter, right, Dave? But Dave turns around.
I wouldn't say that, but what I would say to that is, of course, all lives matter, but you don't dismiss. I think Troy said it best on Facebook, where he talked about the whales. Why don't you tell them what you talked
Well,
about?
I said, just because you say save the whales doesn't mean you say fuck all the other fish.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
the guys that say all lives matter are turning around and be an advocate for blue lives matter. So
Yeah, exactly.
you kind of fucking
exactly
confused.
Right. Exactly right. Yeah.
You know, so the only word you have a problem with is black.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're saying, shut
You're
up.
exactly right.
Stop complaining.
Yeah, and I know that, and Troy and I know, and we're, like I said, we're smart enough to realize this, that we didn't grow up in the same situation that you guys probably did, but I can have empathy,
Yeah.
and I can appreciate, and I can actually sympathize with people that are Syrian right now, trying to get the hell out of Syria, and Steve Jobs was Syrian descent, right?
Yeah.
His dad was Syrian.
Yeah.
He came to this country, had Steve, and grew one of the greatest companies in the history of the U.S. So anytime you really put up a wall and you really want to isolate a group of people based on just prejudice, then
Trump.
you're probably going to miss out on something in the long run.
But the problem isn't Trump. I don't care what nobody say. Trump is just one person. It's the people behind Trump that's holding up the sign. Those are we'll never see Trump. Me and him, we won't run into him, bump into him, but we'll see them people standing behind him. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I can stand up and say, I can stand up and say what I want to say all day long. It could be wrong. Y'all hear what he say. It's wrong most of the time.
Yeah.
But they still clap.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That like, if I say, Troy, you being racist right now, and then you say, I don't think I'm being racist. That's the problem. I'm telling you hurting me. How you gonna tell me I'm bleeding? You know, you come on, man. It just,
Like I said, it's all about respect and giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. But I can tell by you guys. I like both of you guys. I think we have a great interview going on right here, and it doesn't really matter that I got two brothers and two whiteys sitting over here. It just matters that whether or not we're getting some good shit, and we're getting some good shit, and I really appreciate it.
Your album that you got coming out, you're not saying that cops are bad. You're saying there's a percentage of cops that are racist, and
it doesn't matter about the uniform. You are who you are. It's like, if you're a Christian now, you're a new Christian. When you get saved and become part of Christ, it don't stop you from being who you were. You're still that same person. You just choosing what to do now. You're just choosing to suppress that person. It's only.
I have opinion about, because I know a lot of people, personally, who will talk shit about people all week.
They go to church on Sunday.
They go to church on Sunday, and because they go to church on Sunday, they think they can talk shit about people all week. And it doesn't matter. It's not necessarily race. It's just talking shit about people. And
you
that
can't
drives me
judge.
nuts.
You can't judge nobody, man. Like, I stay in my own lane. I don't have no judgments about anybody. If you're a Christian, then be a Christian, But I don't. Me personally, I really don't. I'm not a fan of religion, but I know we need it. It's like a spiritual release. But I think religion, separates people. Yeah. If I'm a devout Christian and you're a devout Muslim, well, me and you have nothing to talk about, obviously. And that's how the world is doing it. I believe in God, and if you don't believe what I believe, you gonna die and go to hell. And that's not how it should be.
Exactly right.
Because if you're a Christian, a true Christian, the Bible says love all. Love your brother. It even asks like a specific question. How you gonna love me who you never seen? Talking about Jesus. And hate your brother who you see every day.
Yeah.
That is like the most important part in the Bible to me.
Oh man.
Cause that's a real legit timeless question. How can I hate this guy and then love somebody I've never seen?
Oh man, I've never heard that before. That's
so it's like,
so good.
No, I don't believe there are good cop, bad cop. I just hate that cops live by the same no snitching rule that they tell us that they'll put us in jail for and call it obstruction of justice. If you shot me 4 to 6 times on camera, nobody standing up and saying, "Hey, bro, you was wrong."
No, ain't no if.
Oh, when you shot.
Ain't no if.
Yeah.
When the cop chased the dude down and shot him, and they took the camera off after they was walking off and killed him, you know what I'm saying, unarmed, he told the other cop to stop talking because they got the cameras now.
Well, the Great Equalizer
after that,
now,
they took the camera off.
the Great Equalizer is that everybody has a video camera in their
crazy.
pocket.
Yeah.
And we can imagine that this had been going on probably all along.
That's not even an equalizer.
Well, I'm not saying it's equalizer, but to the point where you can document with video on it, because I can whip out a phone and in 1 second I can be recording. Rodney King, when that happened, and we knew all about what Rodney did to precipitate that, but that was somebody shooting a video camera out of a apartment window.
Like a big ass camera, like a.
And that was a really kind of a unique situation because people didn't walk around with video cameras
Right.
all day long. It just happened to happen right by somebody who had one.
Yeah.
All right, so
imagine
and
how
so
long
now
people
nowadays
can
when
be like
when it
this.
goes
Exactly,
down,
exactly
people
right. Exactly right.
like the gal in Minneapolis who was able to whip out her phone and
People-
FaceTime exactly when her
people act
her
like this is a
boyfriend
new
got shot,
thing
so.
all of a sudden
Yeah,
because
it's
we're
nothing
seeing it.
new. It's just
I mean,
the
we're
camera now,
bombarded
the
with it.
technology.
We're bombarded with on the news. Everybody's got a camera in their pocket and they see it. So people think this is something new that's going on,
But it's not.
It's not. It's been going on for years.
It's
been
just
going. It's
that-
been going on forever.
Right.
It's just
Pretty
that
much.
now
That's
it's
Now,
what I say.
but now we've got it. It's immediate. We see it, and we see too much of it.
And I think most rational people will come to the same conclusion. That will be that this has probably been going on all along, and it's only because of technology, because of the fact that everybody has a cell phone, and they can whip it out, slide their finger, and be recording video in a matter of seconds.
And you would think
that
cops,
you can
would
get.
think cops would be more.
Well, and
They would. I just don't understand.
Look,
I
see.
really don't understand.
I've had great relationships with cops here. I've been a victim of crime in my house. I would never really blanketly.
No, not at
the-
all.
the
I mean,
indicted a
most
whole group of
cops.
people.
I mean, we appreciate what they do,
Yeah.
and they've got a tough job.
They got the
They got a
toughest
tough job.
Yeah. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch. Girl, that was Donny Osmond.
Only you would know.
One bad apple don't spoil
It's
the
just like
whole
Duke
bunch.
say, they like a cult, man. It's like if something bad happens, all of them are expected not to say nothing about it. And when people do start coming forth, speaking out against what's bad, you see what happens to them. They get suspended, they get released, and all this type of shit. If you watch the media, you know what I'm saying.
The biggest game is the media. That's the biggest game. How can you have an outlet like Fox, who's knowingly only promoting division and chaos and
And
racism,
then blame it on Obama.
and then blame it on openly?
Yeah, yeah.
That's the biggest game.
Yeah.
Because when the guy Locke, or whatever, the guy who destroyed the store, the Olympic guy who fucked up
Oh,
the
yeah,
store,
yeah.
it said he was a,
Which one?
what was his name, Ryan Lockley.
Yeah.
It said he was a young guy acting childish, right, or something, but he's 34 years old.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 12-year-old Tamir Rice gets shot and they consider him a grown man.
Exactly right.
That's how America, that's what the critics is about, how we'll
For
view.
playing with an airsoft gun in a park.
Not even, they shot the dude, the therapist, and then try to clean it up and say, oh, we meant to shoot the kid with autism.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, that was screwed up too.
that was crazy.
But the biggest thing is, you see how they say that about Locke, the white guy?
Yeah, Ryan Lochte.
Yeah, he had all good records come out about him, right? You remember the Alton Sterling guy? He had his whole fucking criminal past. You know,
Every time they accidentally kill a black person,
They
all
bring
of a
up-
sudden they bring up his whole past.
Well,
what does
you know
that
what?
have to do with you
If
killing them in
there's any
cold
justice,
blood?
Ryan Lochte's already been dropped by all his sponsors pretty much, and you know he made a stupid mistake and he lied.
and
to
that
them
was a
out.
mistake.
Yeah, and you know what? You can argue whether or not he deserved it, but he had his opportunity to totally come clean, and he blew it. So he's gonna financially suffer for it. He's gonna be okay.
Man.
He'll get a job somewhere down the road, and
He'll work at McDonald's or
he's a
something.
good guy. But anyways,
Well, hey guys, I want to appreciate you guys. We got Duka and Tex in here.
Yeah, man.
For being on the.
We got Artie now too.
For being right outside
having us, man.
outside the shed this evening. It was a little hot in the shed, so we brought her right outside on the veranda, as Dave likes to call it. So, and Duka's got a music video coming out hopefully soon, and we're gonna get something on that, and we'll put it on our In the Shed page and all that good stuff. So
Yes, sir.
thank you guys for being here this evening.
We thank you guys for having us.
Hey man, it was a
Yeah.
pleasure, and appreciate your thoughts and feelings and honesty.
problem. We appreciate the hospitality, man, the opportunity to even do this.
All right, thank you guys, and we'll see everybody next time.
Thank y'all.
In the
Thank y'all.
shed.
In the shed, baby.
Thanks,
Salute.
guys.
All right.
For sure.